The Land of Roar, Chapter 42. The dragons race through the tunnels of the crow's nest, bumping against the walls and sending bricks and dust crashing down. I try to cling on to Vlad and keep my head low, but it's impossible not to get scratched and bashed about. To add to the chaos, the dragons are overexcited and keep breathing out fire, making flames crawl along the ceiling. Slipping and sliding on Vlad's back, we dash past the cells, Pickle just ahead of us. Then the ground begins to shake. "What's happening?" shouts Rose. I look back. At first all I can see is smoke. Then 2 red eyes emerge, glowing like burning coals and moving closer and closer. "It's Bad Dragon! She's chasing us!" The smoke thins and I see Croaky hunched on her back, his face contorted with rage and delight. "Croaky's with her! They're catching up!" Pickle tumbles down the curving tunnel and we follow on Vlad. Rose bends forwards and murmurs in Vlad's ear. Immediately he picks up speed, taking huge leaps and forcing Pickle to move faster too. We burst into the round chamber and the dragons keep going, stumbling down the staircase, desperate to get out of this maze of smoke and stone. A fresh wave of fire sweeps past my face. Bad Dragon thunders closer. Then Pickle crashes out into the sea cave and we follow on Vlad. The 2 dragons launch themselves off the rocky ledge. Their wings open and they shoot past the raven, heading for the mouth of the cave. Vlad is flying so close to the sea that waves splash against my scorched feet. This time the dragons don't need to be told. They tilt onto their sides and fly straight out of the cave. I'm hit by blinding light and fresh air. I take huge, deep breaths, trying to soothe my burning lungs. Up ahead, wind punches the air and Grandad lifts his face to the sky and smiles. The dragons seem just as happy. They toss their heads about in ecstasy, snapping at the air and stretching out their wings. But our freedom is short-lived. A rumbling growl tells me that Bad Dragon is still behind us, and when I look back I see that she's gaining on us, and fast. Croaky said he could fly again, but he could never fly as fast as Bad Dragon. Her wings are enormous, and after being kept in that pit it looks like she's got energy to burn. She soars towards us and Croaky is a huddle of black feathers perched on her back. "Rose, we've got to go faster!" She urges Vlad on, and as he rises higher above the crow's nest I catch a glimpse of the Lost Girls storming the ramparts. I know they've nearly won, because the scarecrows aren't a pack anymore. They're on their own, fleeing in 1s and 2s, and disintegrating into piles of straw as the Lost Girls throw themselves at them. Then one of the girls spots us, and she must say something because suddenly they're all looking up, pointing and waving. I don't wave back. This isn't over yet. Vlad shoots straight over their upturned faces, heading back towards land. I look over my shoulder. Bad Dragon is almost within striking distance. "Rose, we can't outrun her. She's too fast." "Then we get Grandad to safety." She edges Vlad alongside Pickle and the dragons fly side by side. "Win, take Grandad back to your cave and make sure no one follows you." He glances across at us. "What about you 2? "We'll follow, but first we're going to sort out Croaky. And Win, if anything happens, take Grandad home." He salutes and steers Pickle away from us. "What do you mean?" shouts Grandad, twisting round on Pickle's back. "What could happen?" "Nothing," shouts Rose. Then she swings Vlad round before Grandad can say another word. I watch Grandad and Win go. It feels so wrong leaving him just after we've got him back. But Rose is right. We have to draw Croaky away. He wants us alive, but he's made it clear that he couldn't care less what happens to Grandad. Rose guides Vlad back across the bottomless ocean, urging him on faster and faster. We fly past the crow's nest, the cold air smacking into us, and we keep on going. Bad Dragon follows. Far in the distance, I can just see the frozen peaks of the end. "Rose, is that where we're going?" I say. "The end? We'll never make it." "I know," she mutters. Then she jabs her knee into Vlad's side, making him turn sharply. Now we're flying back the way we just came, heading straight towards Bad Dragon and Croaky. Rose glances back at me. Her eyes are blazing, and she has cuts on her face and ashes in her hair. "Bad Dragon will never recognise me as her master if I run away from her." "But you're not her master now. Croaky is." Rose shakes her head. "Who hatched her? Who trained her? Who taught her how to throw fire? Me." She leans forward and whispers in Vlad's ear. He responds immediately, rising up so that we're still flying towards Bad Dragon, only now we're coming at them from above. Seconds later, Bad Dragon glides below us. Rose gets to her feet. "Rose, what are you doing?" "This!" she cries. Then she runs along Vlad's wing and throws herself into the air. I watch in horror as Rose freefalls through the sky, arms spread wide, before slamming down with a thud on Bad Dragon's back. "To burn! To burn!" I yell, digging my knee into Vlad's side. As the dragon turns, I keep my eyes glued on Rose. She's getting to her feet, and Croaky is approaching her. I watch as they face each other. Rose is wobbling as she tries to keep her balance. Croaky is strong and sure-footed. He takes a swipe and she ducks, but then he lunges, grabs her by the shoulders and tosses her to one side like she's a piece of rubbish. Rose rolls along Bad Dragon's back, and before I know what I'm doing, I'm up on my feet and running along Vlad's wing too. "Leave my sister alone!" I scream as I jump and plunge through the sky.